if I consider statement, we are having two type of statement, simple statement and compound statement. I can able to evaluate in both the situation, that is nothing but true or false. I want to select the particular value in a range of value. In that time, I'm going to use if else if statement. Hello to all. A warm welcome to my new session on control statement. I'm Revati, faculty, Department of Computer Science, Vidhyaashram, Pre-University College, Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. Dear student, if I study this chapter thoroughly, then I can able to score 11 marks. So here I'm going to get one mark question. Along with that, I'm going to get 2 5-mark question, so that I can able to score 11 marks under this chapter. So this is the blueprint of this chapter. So here I'm going to get 1 mark 1 question and 5 marks 2 questions. Let's see what are the interesting topic we are going to have under this chapter. So at the beginning, I'm going to have introduction, that is introduction about control statement. Along with that, we are going to study the types of control statement. Along with that, I'm going to discuss the selection statements. In that, I'm going to deal with what is if statement, how to use the if statement, what is the syntax, and what is the flow chart, and I'm going to discuss how to write the program using if statement. Along with that, I'm going to deal with what is if else statement. Along with that, syntax and flow chart and example. Along with that, I'm going to deal with what is nested if statement. So these are the very important topic which comes under our chapter 10, that is control statement. So dear student, what is statement? So here statements are nothing but the sequence of instruction. When I consider computer system, computers are able to understand only the instructions. So here instructions are nothing but the sequence of statements. That means how the executions are carried out. And what is the need of control statement here? In order to control the flow or execution of the program. So here control statements are the statement that alter the sequence of flow of instruction. So here if I want to alter the execution flow or running flow of the program, in that time I'm going to use control statement. That means I'm going to set the particular control, that is condition. When the condition is triggered, the flow of the execution of the program is going to change. Any single input statement, assignment statement and output statements are simple statement. If I consider statement, we know that it's nothing but a sequence of instruction. And if I consider simple statement, that is going to include input statement, along with that assignment statement, along with that output statement. So what is input statement here? That is nothing but the statement used to read the input. Assignment, so what is assignment here? That is nothing but assigning the value. And what is output statement? That is the display or output the result to the user. And these are the statement which comes under simple statement. And a group of statement that are separated by semicolon. So dear student, just remember one thing, that if I consider statement, we are having two type of statement, simple statement and compound statement. So what is simple statement? If I am having only one line in my program, then that is called simple statement. Then what is compound statement? If I am going to have n number of statement and I am going to write that statement inside the curly brace are called compound statement. One statement, simple statement. N number of statement that is written within the curly brace, then it is compound statement. So a group of statements that are separated by the semicolon. Dear student, just remember one thing here, that think that I'm having 1, 2, 3 lines of statement. Now I need to separate this statement. How can I separate? With the help of semicolon. I'm going to place the semicolon and enclosed with curly brace. And if I write this statement inside the curly brace, then it is called compound statement or block statement. So one statement, simple statement. N number of statements enclosed within the curly brace separated by semicolon, then it is called compound statement or block statement. The order in which statements are executed in a program is called flow of control. So here the order in which the statements are executed in the program. For example, think that here I am having the program. If I am going to execute this statement one by one, then it is sequential flow. And if I am going to jump from one statement to another statement, then the execution order or the flow is going to change. So the order in which the statements executed in a program is called flow control. So dear student, what are the things we need to remember here? That is simple statement, compound statement as well as flow control. Then the control statements are classified into two types, that is selection statement and iteration statement. So what is selection statement here? I'm going to select the particular item, or I'm going to specify the condition to select the item. That is selection statement. Directly I'm going to specify the condition. If that condition is true, then I can able to execute the line. Then what is iteration statement? That is nothing but the repetition. That means when I want to repeat same code again and again, what I will do, I'm going to place that codes inside the iteration statement. So there are two type of statements, selection statement and iteration. Selection means selection, that is selecting one particular item. Then iteration means what? It is nothing but the repetition or loop again and again. So here selection statement, this is the first type of control statement, selection statement. So this statement allows us to select a statement. So this statement allows the user to select a particular statement or set of statement. By using selection statement, I can able to select one particular statement, or I can able to select set of statements for execution based on some condition. So here what I will do, I'm going to specify the condition. Based on this condition, the user can able to select the statement. Okay, based on the condition, user can able to select one statement or n number of statement. There are four different types of selection statement, that is simple statement, that is simple if statement, or one way. Then we are going to have if else statement. Then the third type is nested if statement, and the last type here is switch statement. So dear student, how many types of selection statement we are going to have here? That is 4. One is simple if statement. Another one if else. Another one nested if. Another one switch statement. Moving further, I'm going to have the simple if statement. So here I'm going to have only if keyword. This is the simplest form of statement. This is the simple form of statement and most commonly used statement. This statement is also called one-way branching. So what is one-way branching? Here I can able to take only one decision. By using simple if statement, computers are able to take only one decision. This statement is used to decide whether a statement or set of statement would be executed or not. So here simple if statement is used to decide whether a statement or set of statement should be executed or not. So let me to take one simple example that think I'm a student. What? I'm a student. I want to join the college. So what I will do? I'm going to start searching the college. So here I'm willing to join science. So what I'm going to join here? I'm going to join science specialization. So here I'm going to write the condition. If my specialization is science, then I'm going to start searching the college. Think that I'm going to get the college. In that I'm going to check the science specialization. If I'm going to have science specialization, what I'm going to do? I'm going to join the college. So here only one condition, only one statement in my if statement. So here I'm going to have the condition, and if that condition is true, I'm having one statement or block of statement. So the decision is based on the condition. So here the specialization science is nothing but my condition. That means I want to join only science. So I'm going to search only science college. In that, if I'm having seat, then I can able to join. Otherwise, what I'm going to do? I'm going to search in some other college. So the decision is based on a condition which can be evaluated to true or false. So whatever the condition I'm going to have here, I can able to evaluate in both the situation, that is nothing but true or false. Then this is the syntax I'm going to have here. So at the beginning I'm going to use the keyword if, and I'm going to specify the condition. And if this condition is true, then I can have one statement or n number of statement. Suppose if I'm having only one statement, directly I can write if condition and statement. If this condition is true, then I'm going to have n number of statement. That is nothing but block statement or compound statement. Then that should be written inside the curly brace. Now here we are going to have the flow chart for this if statement. At the beginning is condition. I'm going to specify the condition. If this condition is true, I'm going to execute the statement. And if this condition is false, what I'm going to do? I'm going to execute the next statement. So here, instead of condition, here I'm going to write science. Okay, this is my condition. That means I want to join science. That means what is the specialization I'm willing to take? That is science. Then I started searching science college. Now here I'm going to have the option that I reached one college. Now I'm going to check, is there any availability of science? If is there any availability of science, what I will do, I'm going to admit that college. Otherwise, I'm going to search to other college. So here I'm having only one condition, and if that condition is true, then execute or get in. Or if the condition is false, then execute the next statement. So this is the way the simple if statement is going to work. Let me to explain this concept with this simple example. So here I'm having the program, that is example program, largest of two numbers. Here I'm going to have two numbers, say A and B. Okay, now I need to find the largest of two numbers. But I'm going to write simple if statement in my program. So here think that 10 is 10, that is stored in our variable called A, and B holds 20. Okay, now I need to check. Initially what I will do, I'm going to take large equal to A. That means whatever the value which is stored in A must be stored in large. Okay, now what I will do, if large, that is if B greater than large, then I'm going to assign or I'm going to announce B is larger. Okay, this is the program. So here at the beginning, I'm going to include the header file, that is iostream.h header file, along with that conio.h header file. And the execution of the program is going to start from main program. And these are my variables, and it's of type integer. So here I'm going to take three variables. Then I'm going to display the message to the user, that is enter two numbers. After that, I'm going to receive the input from the keyboard, and whatever the inputs are read, that is stored in A and B. Now I'm going to take the variable, that is large, and I'm going to assign the value A to large. Now I'm going to compare if B is greater than large. If it is true, what I'm going to do? I'm going to assign B to large. That means I need to announce that B is large. Now here I'm going to display the message, that is the largest of two number is, I'm going to display the largest number. So which is largest number here? It is B. B is 20. So this is the way I can able to use simple if statement in my program. Moving further, I'm going to have the second type of if else statement. This is the second type of selection statement, that is if else statement. So this structure helps to decide whether a set of statements should be executed or another set of statements should be executed. Dear student, if I consider if else statement, at the beginning I'm having only one condition, but I'm having two parts. There is two situation. One is true situation and one is false situation. Okay, if the condition is true, I'm going to have the statement or block of statement. If the condition is false, once again I'm going to have the statement or block of statement. So this is the syntax here. So at the beginning, I'm going to write the test condition. So if test condition, if this statement, that is if this condition is true, I'm going to execute statement 1. Else, if this condition is false, then I'm going to execute statement 2. So whatever the situation it may be, I'm going to have two solutions. One is true solution and one is false solution. So here I'm going to write the condition. Okay. If this condition is true, then statement 1. Or if this condition is false, then statement 2. Let me to take the simple example here. Think that I want to join college and I'm willing to take science. I'm willing to take science. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to visit the college. There I'm going to check the availability of science. If the science, that is the vacancy for science is available, what I will do, I'm going to join the science. If all the seats are full, then what I'm going to do, I'm going to join commerce or arts. So here, what is my intention? I'm willing to take science. I'm going to visit the college. There I'm going to check the visibility of the science. If the vacancy for this science is available, what I will do, I'm going to join. If there is no vacancy for science, what I will do, I'm going to take commerce or arts. So here one condition, two possibility. One is true and one is false. So this is also very important from the examination point of view. Moving further, let me to take the simple program here. So what's the program? That means I need to check the age. Based on the age limit, I want to declare adult or not. So here, first I'm going to read the age. Then, that is, this is the variable. What is variable name here? That is age and it's of type integer. Then I'm going to display the message to the user indicating that enter the age. Then I'm going to read the age. Now, if the age, whatever the red age, that is greater than 18, then I want to display it is adult. Or I want to display it is not adult. So one condition, but I'm having two situation, two answer. That is true answer or false answer. So here I'll write if course equal to science get admitted or get admitted to some other course. This is the way I can able to use simple if else statement. Moving further, I'm going to have the another type of if statement, that is nested if statement. If I consider nested if statement, I'm having two format. I repeat, if I consider nested if statement, I'm having two format, that is if else statement. Okay, fine. So here think that at the beginning I'm going to have if and I'm going to have the condition. I'm going to have the condition, and if this condition is true, I'm having statement 1. Okay. Else, I'm going to write the if condition once again. For this also, I'm going to have the two possible answer. That is, if this condition is true, statement else if once again condition. If this condition is true, statement else statement. So in our first type, that is format 1, at the beginning I'm going to have the if condition. If the given condition is true, okay, execute this statement. If the given condition is false, in my else part, I'm going to write the if condition once again. So this is our first type of nested if statement. This structure is also known as else if ladder. The structure is also known as else if ladder, This structure will be used to verify a range of value. For example, think that if I consider the grade of the student, I am having distinction. Then first class, second class, then fail. So I am having range of values. In that, I want to select a particular value or particular grade. In that situation, I'm going to use this else if ladder. Moving further, I'm going to have the flow chart. So here, this is the flow representation of if else if statement. So here at the beginning, I'm going to have the condition. If this condition is true, what I want to do? I want to display the statement 1. If this condition is false, once again I am going to write the condition. For this also I am going to have the two possibility. One is true and one is false. If this is true, statement 2. If this is false, once again condition. For this also I am having two possibility, true and false. If this condition is true, execute first statement, else execute next statement. So dear student, let me to consider simple example for this if else if statement. That means I want to announce the result. So here think that if the marks greater than or equal to 85, what I want to announce, it is distinction. Okay, so where I'm going to write this condition? In my condition part, and I'm going to check if the marks are greater than or equal to 85. Here I'm going to announce distinction. If this condition is false, once again I'll write marks greater than or equal to 60. Okay, if the marks greater than or equal to 60, what I want to announce? I want to announce it as first class. Okay, if the marks is greater than or equal to 60, it is first class. Okay, fine. If it is false, once again I'll write here marks greater than or equal to 35. Okay. Here, if the mark is greater than or equal to 35, then it is just pass. It is just pass. If the marks is less than 35, what is going to happen? It is fail. I want to display or I want to tell that it is fail. And where I am going to write? In my default statement. So this is the way I can able to use else, that is if else if statement. So I want to select the particular value in a range of value. In that time, I'm going to use if else if statement. Moving further, I'm going to have the example here. Same example I have taken here, that is I want to check the marks. Okay, and I want to display the grade. So here I am going to read the marks, and if the mark is greater than or equal to 85 and mark is less than or equal to 100, then what I want to do? I want to display it is distinction. That means I want to announce the result that it is distinction. Fine. If this condition is false, what I will do? I'm going to write another if statement in my else part. So I'm having else part. Along with that, I'm going to add my if statement, that is else if. Okay, if marks is greater than 50, then it is second class. If mark is greater than 60, then it is first class. Here I have written if marks is greater than 50, then it is second class. If it is true, okay, fine. If this condition is false, once again I need to check. If the marks is greater than or equal to 35, then it is just pass. If the mark is less than 35, then I need to display or I need to announce it is fail. In this situation, I'm going to use if else if statement. Moving further, I'm going to have the second type of if else if statement, and this structure contains an if else statement with another if statement. So another form of if else statement is, in one if statement I'm going to have another if statement. See the difference here? In one if statement I'm going to have the another if statement, that is if. I'm going to write the condition. If this condition is true, here itself I'm going to have if condition. Okay, then here I'm having statement 1. This is for true, else this is for false statement. So if this condition is true, inside that I'm going to have the if statement. If this condition is false, so where I'll write false statement in my else part, here I'll write if condition, if this is true, then statement 1, else statement 2. This is the way I can able to use second form of if else statement. So here, as the name itself indicates that in one if statement I'm going to write another if statement. Let me to explain the flow chart here. So here I'm going to have the condition. So if this condition is true, once again I'm going to have the if condition. So here I'm having two possibilities, true and false. If my first condition is false, once again I'm going to have the if condition. So where I'm going to write this if condition in my else part. Okay, if this condition is true, once again I'm going to have the if condition. If the main condition is false, once again I'm going to have the if condition. Okay, here also I'm going to have two possibilities, true and false. Fine. Think that I'm having A, B and C, and I want to find the largest of these three. For example, A is 10, B is 20, C is 30. Okay, first I'll write A greater than B. A greater than B. Okay, so what is A here? It is 10. 10 greater than 20, condition is false. So I won't execute this statement. So what I will do, I'm going to enter into the else part. So in my else part, I'm going to check B greater than C. What is B here? 20. 20 greater than 30. If this condition is true, what I'm going to do? I'm going to print 20. But here this condition is false. So what I want to display? I want to display or I want to print 30. This is the way I'm going to use the second form of if else if statement. So at the beginning I'm going to have the condition. If that condition is true, then in that once again I'm going to have the condition. Here I'm going to have two possibility, true and false. And if the main condition itself false, in that I'm going to have one more condition. So here it is if condition is true, then once again if, then statement, else statement. Here if the condition is false, okay, where I'm going to write in my else part, I'll write if condition. Okay, if this is true, statement 1, else statement 2. This is the way I can able to use my second form of if-else-if statement. So dear student, in my today's session, I started with what is control statement. Along with that, we studied what is simple statement and what is compound statement and what is flow control. Then we discussed the two type of control statement, that is selection and iteration. Under selection statement, we studied what is simple if statement, if else statement. Along with that, we discussed the two forms of if else if statement. I hope, dear student, in my today's class, you got more information about the control statement. Let's meet in the next session with some more information about this control statement. Until then, keep watching and keep learning. Thank you.